Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. I'm going to comment on a couple of comments I've received recently. I did post this in my community, but I wanted to kind of expand on it a little bit. And also a Facebook comment that I received recently. And so, besides all this, I'll take that away for a second. There we go. I'm going to talk also about somebody named George Harrison, the Rolling Stones, of course, a couple of new CDs I just received yesterday. I also want to talk about the mono version of Rubber Soul. So this is kind of like a vlog again. And I received another new, well, used, but still in really good condition, another Donovan CD. So now I have 14. I'm not trying to brag. So every time I show these, the live album, double CD, 70s, just go through all these again. Beat Cafe, Cosmic Wheels, Rabajagle, Rabajat. See, I say it wrong every time. The hurdy-gurdy man. I'm not going to stress out. Essence to Essence. He's got way too many CDs. Sutras. Mellow Yellow. Open Road. Sunshine Superman. And his second album I recently got, Fairy Tale, which I've shown before. And so the latest one I just received yesterday is his very first album. And it's called What's Been Did and What's Been Hid. And this is the deluxe version. This was used, but like I said, they're always in excellent condition. They might, they might have like a cracked plastic disc or something, but nothing major. So that's the original album cover. And I did play it once and I enjoyed it. You know, not as much as his later 60s albums, but it's one I will play, once in a while. I'm always in a bit of a rush because I don't want to bore you with a 2-hour video. And then comes with a nice little booklet. Now, I did order the Rolling Stones Exile on Main Street, which I regret selling. Because I definitely need to give it another chance now that I love Black and Blue. Although this one guy, I don't know, I guess kind of thinks I'm just saying I love it. So I'll read this next, in case you haven't seen it. Yeah, and this Emmett Temple, I recognize his name because he's annoyed me in the past, but I've just let it go, right? I don't, like I said, I don't complain about every single negative comment I receive. But once in a while, it's fun to let all of my viewers know. So he replied, or he commented, "Your first reaction to Black and Blue was spot on. Underwhelming." Yeah, that's how I felt the first time listening to it all the way through. I just thought it was okay. Only Rock and Roll is 100 times better than Black and Blue. So there you go. I guess I'm wrong already. And I don't, I do need to give It's Only Rock and Roll a few more listens. I do have it. But every time I do listen to it, I kind of lose interest in it before it gets to the end. As for remix albums, I believe it's just the record company's way of selling more records. So here we go again, right? Like, yeah, record companies want to make money. It's a cash grab. I've never once disliked an album and said, if only the mix was better, I'd really like this album. I disagree with that. I can't think of any albums right off the bat, but there's definitely albums I would enjoy more uh, if they were like, for instance, Yes's Tornado or Tornado. I love the album, but I think if it was remixed by Steven Wilson, I would love it even more. If he did a great job on it, like he usually does. Better sound doesn't fix bad songwriting, Larry. So I'm kind of being, it's almost like I'm being scolded because I love Black and Blue. And he's saying that, the songwriting is bad on it, which I don't agree with at all. You can, it might not be your favorite Rolling Stones album, or you could even dislike it, but I like it. It's just my opinion. I love the album now. I think you liked it better. So here we go. He's telling me how I actually feel. I think you liked it better on second listening because you shelled out money for the remixed deluxe version. It's purely psychological. So why not download the music for free? Yeah, I don't buy CDs. I just reply, it's not the greatest reply. But I just get fed up with certain people on social media. As I always say, 95% of people are great, even if we can disagree and stuff, but we get along. But these kind of people that are, just, I don't know. I don't know if you call them music snobs, or they feel they're better qualified than you to talk about music, right? And I just replied, why not go away and never come back? That's cruel. But, you just get fed up. And like I said, I'm going to talk about my pain again because I had a painful comment on Facebook. But yeah, and when you're not feeling the greatest, you do try and stay positive, but then you have to deal with some idiots online, right? So people are still asking me, once in a blue moon, but I did post on my community and on my Facebook, about my results. I had an x-ray, finally got the results for it, and it's blah, 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 if you want to read it. And so the findings were that my chest, I was worried I had cancer. I was worried for months, right? And I was almost, I haven't told anybody, even Molly, but I was almost psychologically, like this guy was saying earlier, I was almost preparing myself, right? Because you never know. But my chest, the blah, 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 normal limits, lungs and whatever that word is, spaces are clear, no acute process. And then it says there, note is made of elevation of the left hemidiaphragm posteriorly, whatever that means. I have looked it up. And then small blocked hernia is possible. And so I'm going to be having a chest scope at some point next. But anyway, I'm in pain, right? The most pain I've ever been in. It's been, my neck and shoulders for the most part. But the last few months, it's like it's spread to my ribs, my stomach. It's like, and when I touch here, it's like a bruise. So it's not fun. And then you get idiots who are supposed Facebook friends. And this guy I received so many nice, positive comments, right? And this Andrew Bibson, who's no longer a Facebook friend, he said, you have a normal chest. Stop wittering. I had to look up what wittering meant. Yeah, wittering means to talk or write pointlessly for a long time, often about unimportant things. Well, you know what? My health is effing important to me. So I replied back to this former Facebook friend and I said, I'm an effing pain. Thanks. Right. And, this is just, like I said, when you are when you're having health issues, your mood, you try and keep your mood up. And I do. For the most part, I love doing YouTube videos. I am taking a break from Patreon in December because everything's is getting to be a bit too much for me, but I love doing YouTube videos and Patreon, but I just need to take a break from there. But you have to deal with social media, right? And even on this post, like I said, most of my Facebook friends are, super nice and supportive, just like I am with them. And this one person said, expecting 100% sympathy from the internet when you expose your pain publicly might be a bit naive. Sayins, y'all. Hope you feeling better soon. And I replied back, I'm not looking for sympathy and I'm not naive. Thanks. I'm just telling people, I'm just being open about my life to my viewers that care, not that everybody cares. Okay, so the rest of this I'll kind of not be too long on each of these. I listened to Rubber Soul last night, the mono version. I love the stereo version too, but I enjoyed this more than ever. And like I've said before, I think these new headphones, which are probably they're the best headphones I've ever bought. And I think it's really helped me to appreciate, even mono CDs more than ever. So Rubber Soul was great. I got another Beach Boys album. I won't show you all I've got, but I'm missing the last one, the country album part 1, which I don't even know if I have an interest in getting it. And the other one is the MIU album, which is on the way. But yesterday, I finally got the LA or the late album from the Beach Boys. This was used once again. Unfortunately, it was in great condition. I did play it. I did like a couple of the songs. Good Timing was good. Their disco remake of Here Comes the Night was horrible. Might be my least favorite Beach Boys song, but who knows? Maybe I'll warm up to it like I did with Black and Blue. So yeah, definitely not one of my favorite Beach Boys albums, but I will play it more. And someday I will do a Beach Boys ranking. Let's not talk about this great album. And one more really cool thing to show you, but first, I listened to All Things Must Pass. This is the 2014 remaster, which sounds great. I listened to this last night. I probably haven't played, I have played it through the years, once in a while, and I do like it. But I haven't probably played this in about at least a year and a half, 2 years. I enjoyed it. And like I said, again, maybe it's the headphones, but I enjoyed it more than ever. And I can see why a lot of Beatles fans consider this the best Beatles solo album. So I want to do a separate video on this at some point. Maybe rank the songs. And the last thing I got yesterday, and I got it for a pretty good price. I think it was $30. Oh, it's that word I can't pronounce. The Rolling Stones, their Satanic Majesty's Request. Mono. And it's one of those, was it yeah. Oh, eight, what is it? High, high definition CD. And this is really nicely packaged. No 3D effect though. And the gatefold. Keep hitting my mic. There's the back. And I did play it. It sounds excellent. Even has the original inner sleeve. And that. So yeah, sounded awesome in mono. And I think that's it. I've whined enough. I've talked about music enough. It's time for me to go. Ho ho. Anyway, thanks for watching. Looking forward to some comments below. Please remember to like the video and make sure you're subscribed. Bye.